there's this trend going around. I'm changing the subject because I'm tired of this. There's this trend going around that it's like you come up with something, and then these men have to differentiate whether or not it's the bare minimum or princess treatment. So
Those are the two options.
Those are the two options. So opening the door every time, right? Like always opening a girl's door. Bare minimum or princess treatment.
I feel like answering this is going to get myself.
You can have a different opinion, but it is telling to see, well, okay, so, no, I agree. Okay, so you have to answer this question.
I'm not answering.
Okay, how about flowers? Consistently buying flowers. Princess treatment or bare minimum? Don't think about it in your relationship. Think about it from my perspective. Like if my boyfriend were doing these things, would you think that's the bare minimum? Yes, he should be doing these things. Or is that princess treatment?
So the flowers question is never a good question to ask me. Because from the beginning of time, I've hated that on so many levels. I grew up with such severe hay fever that I would never have flowers in the house because the pollen would immediately drive me nuts. I also am not a fan of wasting money on something that's going to die in 2 or 3 days. So to me, I don't even think that's bare minimum. I think it's a bad idea and a waste of money. So
what if they're picked flowers? So you didn't go to the store and buy them. You went and picked them.
That's super nice. I think it's great. I think it's nice if you want to do things like that. I think if the expectation from the other side is that person better be doing that, I think that's coming from someone who I would consider that being princess treatment. Because if the expectation is you better do this for me, then that's not cool. It should be looked at like, that's awesome that you just did that, and that's like, but to go in with the expectation that someone's going to do this for me, and I'm going to be upset with them if they don't. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, you can. I think that's fine for you to think that. I see where you're coming from. Okay. Oh, paying for every time you go out to dinner. Like you asked her to dinner, and you pay. Bare minimum.
Absolutely. Or bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
And probably anyone else's meals. If anyone else's meals you can afford to buy, you should just buy their meals.
Now I feel like you're joking.
No. I mean, no. We do that.
No, I know, but...
So I feel like that's...
Okay.
And certainly, if you're inviting people to go somewhere, you shouldn't do that unless you're prepared to foot the bill for that.
Great. Perfect.
Period.
Yeah, right. Gosh, no, I don't have any. Oh, you know what the sidewalk rule is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bare minimum, princess treatment.
Oh, I think that's bare minimum, but I also think I think sometimes people get really hung up on stuff like that, which is what it's sounding like you're doing right now. I mean, I think that absolutely they should be doing that, and they should be thinking from that perspective. Sometimes they're going to get distracted, and who knows what's going on. Because I know I've caught myself in that. I'd be like halfway down the street and all of a sudden go, oh my gosh, I'm not paying attention. And but there are people who will go, oh, you're a piece of crap. Because I saw you on the wrong side of the sidewalk with her. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I guess from my perspective, like when I'm looking at other couples and I don't see that, it is easy for me to be quick to judge, but also like maybe that's just not who he is. Maybe that's not what she wants. Maybe they're distracted. Maybe whatever. But when I see it as an intentional move, then it means so much more. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, and not even from a relationship standpoint, but just like gentleman standpoint, like men holding the door, like not going out of their way and opening doors for women, but like holding the door. Like there's a woman behind you and you're holding the door. That should be bare minimum, except lately it's not a thing. Like, or, I don't know.
And I think that that's so funny how I think all that is just getting really hyper focused on and in both directions. Like some people are just being ridiculous about getting offended if you hold the door for them, and then other people get super offended if someone wasn't paying attention and missed it for them.
That's different.
But I think that as a guy, you should be thinking about those things and doing those things and not worrying about, like, if someone chooses to get offended by you doing something respectful, you just gotta let that go.
Yeah.
You just gotta go. You have to look at that like that's the exception. And I'm sorry that you got offended, but I'm not sorry that I did it.
Right. Yeah.
Because I was just trying to be nice. I was trying to be respectful.
Music licensing reimagined.